Someone has propped open the doors again, the fire door in the hallway and the exterior door leading out into the concrete stairway. The exterior doors are kept locked. They are sometimes propped open with decorative rocks from the courtyard below when people move in and out of my building, and I understand that well enough. But in the last couple of weeks, someone's been leaving them open for hours at a time for no apparent reason. No sign of boxes in or out, no U-Haul parked outside. I call and complain. The property manager tells me repeatedly that she lives in my building, on my floor, and she prattles agreeably about how leaving the fire doors propped open is a serious safety hazard. Yes, but the exterior door, I protest. This building is poured of cement and stucco and capped with the red tiles that bake omnipresently under the California sun. It's clearly been here unaltered since the mid-70s, or at least some of my appliances have, and fire is just not my biggest concern. I like reading about serial killers, but I can hardly say home invasion out loud. If we catch someone in the act, we'll set him straight, she confides. I shrug and thank her. Thanks anyway is my tone, or possibly thanks for nothing. I can count on one hand the activities I was allowed to do as a teenager, while forbidden activities would fill whole notebooks. In comparison, my friends and society at large seem to have had impossibly, giddily permissive adolescent lives. The constant refrain from my mother when she turned me down on going somewhere or doing something or meeting someone was that it wasn't her fault and it wasn't even mine. It's not you I don't trust, honey, she'd say. It's everyone else. The world is the problem. It's not a safe world. In college, I developed the habit of leaving my car, an 8-year-old Saturn, unlocked. My standby phrase, and I must have uttered it dozens of times in those years, was, if anyone's going to steal this car, they need it more than me. Because it was unlocked, my car's window wasn't broken when my stereo got stolen during my junior year. My friend Lena, who locked hers, had to file an insurance claim and get her window fixed. Me, I just bought a new stereo. I'd meant to replace mine anyway. Keen observation of an environment, analysis of weak or dangerous areas, is something at which the average untroubled adolescent doesn't particularly excel. Yet animals of all species must assess situations before taking action. A squirrel determines if it's safe to cross the street. A deer chooses to bound out of the woods even though she's seen some orange and a dark muzzle gleam on the other side of the clearing. A woman decides whether she should let a man fix her drink in another room. My husband's friends have sent us 2 pairs of Hobbit slippers for Christmas, and I have sold them on eBay. After the first pair is purchased by a guy in Idaho, I tuck the slippers into a priority mailbox and leave it downstairs on top of the outgoing mailbox whose slot is too narrow to accept even especially thick envelopes. That evening, I find the priority mailbox ripped open, the slippers spilling out, but unspoiled, my packing slip still inside. It has been placed in its violated state back on the brown metal outgoing mailbox. I call and complain. The property manager seems unimpressed. Anybody can come in down there, she says. Delivery people, plumbers. It's supposed to be a secure building, I say. The doors are all locked. If you leave a package there, anyone can get to it, she says. All the residents can get to it too. Just bring them to the office if you have them, if you have outgoing. But I shouldn't have to do that, I say. If I leave something for outgoing mail, it should be safe. It was addressed, it was taped up. I want her to acknowledge that I have done nothing irresponsible in leaving an addressed package inside a secure building for the mailman who visits that very area every day. I want her to agree with me, to say that it's unfair what happened. Just bring it here to the office, she repeats. Then she says, in this odd, meaningful way, the building is full of people. She seems to imply with her words or tone or something that there are or could be thieves or unscrupulous people living in this building. I want her to assure me that there's a screening process for tenants, some kind of once-over that indicates these people with whom I share something like dormitory quarters are minimally trustworthy. But she is telling me that I am at fault for trusting the locked doors and for trusting the fact that a package addressed to some guy in Idaho belongs to him, no one else. She is telling me that I should expect to take the extra step, tote my parcels to the leasing office or the awful chamber of hell that is the nearby post office, and live in Chatsworth. The world is the problem, honey. Look, I think we're at an impasse here.